Welcome to the Ask Ralph podcast, where listening to an experienced financial professional can help you make sense of confusing questions, current headlines, and industry trends about taxes, small business, financial decision-making, investment strategies, and even the art of proper budgeting, as Ralph makes the complex simple by sharing his real-world knowledge with all things financial. Now here's your host, Ralph Estep Jr.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ask Ralph Show. I'm your host, Ralph Estep Jr., and today we have an important topic to discuss: self-employment tax. This is a crucial aspect for individuals who are self-employed or have their own businesses, and understanding how it works can greatly impact your financial situation. But before we dive into that, I want to remind all of our listeners to share this podcast with their friends and family. We love spreading helpful information and would appreciate your support. Also, don't forget to visit our podcast page at www.askralphpodcast.com, where you can leave us a review or even a voicemail message with any questions or suggestions you may have. And I encourage everybody to leave us a review or leave us a voicemail message. We'd love to hear from you.
Ask Ralph will be right back. Are you tired of spending countless hours trying to navigate the complex world of accounting, taxes, and financial management? Saggio Accounting Plus is here to help. At Saggio Accounting Plus, we offer a range of accounting, tax, and consulting services tailored to meet your needs. Whether you're a small business owner or an individual looking for expert financial guidance, our team of experienced professionals is ready to assist you every step of the way. From bookkeeping and payroll services to tax planning and preparation, we have the knowledge and expertise to ensure your financial affairs are in order. Don't let stress and confusion hold you back any longer. Let Saggio Accounting Plus take care of your accounting needs so that you can focus on what truly matters, growing your business and enjoying life's moments. Contact us today at 302-659-6560 or visit our website at askralph.com to schedule a consultation. Experience peace of mind with Saggio Accounting Plus, your trusted partner in accounting, tax, and consulting services. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to subscribe. Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed and uncertain about your financial future? It's time to take control and gain financial freedom. Introducing Mastering Your Finances, your personal guide to financial freedom. Not just a book, but your roadmap to a secure and thriving financial future. Written by a seasoned accountant, this book is designed to empower you with the knowledge and tools you need for effective financial planning. Say goodbye to confusing and hello to clarity as it demystifies the world of finance, making it accessible for everyone. With easy-to-understand sections, Mastering Your Finances breaks down complex concepts into bite-sized pieces. It provides practical tips, real-life examples, and insightful advice that will transform your financial landscape. Discover the profound impact of strategic financial planning as you create a personalized plan aligned with your goals and aspirations. This book is more than just a guide. It's a lifeline to financial literacy and independence. Take charge of your destiny today. Embrace the freedom that comes with financial stability. Mastering Your Finances is an essential read for anyone looking for confidence and ease in navigating personal finance. Get your copy now at Amazon.com or visit AskRalph.com. Start building the foundation of lasting prosperity. And now back to the podcast.
Now let's get started. Today's episode is brought to you by Saggio Management Group, your trusted partner in financial management. So what are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about self-employment tax. And self-employment tax refers to the taxes that individuals who work for themselves must pay on their income. It consists of both the employer and employee portions of Social Security and Medicare taxes. So let's start off by first talking about how do you calculate it. Well, to calculate self-employment tax, start by determining your net earnings from self-employment. This includes income from any trade or business you operate as a sole proprietorship or as an independent contractor. So this net income would be whatever you gross, whatever you brought into the business, less your expenses. So once you have that figure, you multiply it by the current self-employment tax rate, which in 2021, as an example, was 15.3%, to find out how much you owe in self-employment tax. Well, that's all good, but the question for us now is, well, how can we reduce some of that self-employment tax? So let's explore some concrete ways to reduce or avoid paying excessive amounts of self-employment tax. You're not going to get rid of all self-employment tax. If anybody tries to sell you a bag of goods that says that, just run away from them because they're telling you a lie. But there are some things you can do to help mitigate or reduce it. What's the number one thing? Number one thing is set up a pass-through entity. Consider setting up a pass-through entity such as an LLC, which is if you don't know, a limited liability company, taxed, or an S corporation or partnership. By doing so, you can potentially reduce the amount of income subject to this self-employment tax by paying yourself a reasonable salary and taking the rest of your income as distributions. And we're going to have a whole podcast coming up soon about what is a reasonable salary, because there's a lot of people out there promoting reasonable salaries that I don't think are going to pass the test if they're ever subjected to IRS review. The second thing you could consider doing is setting up a two-member LLC. If you have a business partner, forming a two-member LLC can allow you to classify the entity as a partnership for tax purposes. This way, each member can pay self-employment tax only on their respective share of the profits, potentially reducing the overall tax burden. Now, all these things I'm talking about, you need to meet with a professional like myself to discuss how they would impact your particular situation. Number 3, Subchapter S Corporation. Another option is to elect a Subchapter S Corporation status for your business. Now, a few minutes ago, we talked about the LLC, and what you need to understand is there's an LLC, there's the S Corp, and then there's the LLC taxed as an S Corp. Again, you need to talk to somebody who understands these things and can explain to you how that would work. But if you want to avoid that altogether, you could go right to the Subchapter S Corporation. Another option is to elect Subchapter S Corporation status for your business. This allows you to pay yourself a reasonable salary subject to self-employment tax while taking additional income as dividends that are not subject to the self-employment tax. It's very important to note that when considering these strategies, consulting with a qualified tax professional is highly recommended to ensure compliance with all applicable laws and regulations. So I've said all those things. I've talked about what is self-employment tax, how can we work to reduce or mitigate it. Let's have a discussion about why it might be beneficial in the long run. While it may seem burdensome at times, paying into Social Security through self-employment taxes can provide future benefits, such as retirement income and disability insurance coverage. By contributing consistently over time, you're building up credits towards eligibility for Social Security benefits in the future. These benefits can be vital during retirement or if an unforeseen circumstance prevents you from working due to disability. Remember that planning for your financial future is essential, and understanding how self-employment taxes play into this equation is crucial. It's not a simple discussion of, well, I just don't want to pay into Social Security and Medicare. And, and when I was younger in my career, I always had the position of, let's try to reduce or eliminate that Social Security tax altogether. But as I get older, and I get more gray hairs on my head, I guess you could say, I'm starting to see where there is some value in paying into it. And the truth is, the IRS is going to be looking at this anyway. You've got to be really cautious about reasonable compensation. Like I said, tune in again in the future. We're going to be talking about reasonable compensation, but there is two sides to this, mitigating and reducing the self-employment tax. But then also you have to realize that it is going to impact your ability to collect on it down the road. Well, that wraps up today's episode of the Ask Ralph Show. I hope this discussion provided valuable insights into what self-employment tax is, how to calculate it, ways to reduce or avoid it through pass-through entities like an LLC or Subchapter S Corporation, and why paying this tax contributes towards Social Security benefits in the future. Like I said before, don't forget to share this podcast with your friends and family. And remember, visit our podcast page at www.askralphpodcast.com, where you can leave us a review or a voicemail. And I encourage everyone, please share the podcast. Please leave us a review. Leave us a voicemail message about a topic that you want to talk about in the future, and I will definitely make sure it happens. And again, this podcast is brought to you by Saggio Management Group, your trusted partner in financial management. So in the end, I say this to you, plan wisely and secure your future.
Thank you for joining us on the Ask Ralph podcast. And with a simple click to subscribe, we'll invite you back to our next episode. And remember, financial issues don't have to be complicated. Just ask Ralph. The information contained in this episode of Ask Ralph is based on data available as of the date of its release. Saggio Accounting Plus and Ask Ralph Media, Inc. is under no obligation to update this content if changes occur. Applying this information to your specific situation requires careful consideration of all facts and circumstances, and any information provided is not to be considered as financial, tax, or legal advice. Please consult your tax advisor or attorney before acting on any material covered.